The story kicks off with Boy Cavalier narrating to we the viewers that all children, except one, will surely grow up, and eventually soon the kids will know about this. However, for Wendy, her realization was at this exact moment. He further stated that one day when she was 2 years old, she was playing in the garden, when she plucked another flower and ran with it to her mother. After which, we get to see Wendy speaking to the growing xenomorph locked inside its glass chamber, unaware that the alien hiding in the sheep is watching her every move, same as Joe and Kirsh. Joe then questions what will happen when Wendy eventually leaves Neverland, but the android makes it clear to Wendy's brother that Boy Cavalier has no intention of ever letting her go. Meanwhile, Nib seems to be in a more critical condition, and because of her meltdown, and even thought about somehow been pregnant, Nibs is kept on isolation with her system shut down. Heinz commands Dame and Arthur Sylvia to erase Nib's memory and wipe out everything from the crash onward. He even demands her personality be reshaped into something calmer. When Arthur refused, given the fact this was against every principle of the program, Heinz wastes no time firing him at that spot.
Just like the others, I want her to be calm.
I won't do it.
You're fired.
Nearby, Joe confronts Wendy, insisting that bringing the aliens here was a mistake. Wendy, however, shows empathy toward them, something Joe clearly resents. Still, Wendy smiles with quiet resolve, believing the xenomorph might actually turn out good. To her, it's about saying yes and stepping into new possibilities with Boy Cavalier. The scene shifted to a meeting with Boy Cavalier and Yutani, with a moderator present. Boy Cavalier shows up with Adamites and Kirsh to meet Yutani, who is backed by Morrow. Boy Cavalier's arrogance is on full display as he props his bare feet on the table, while Yutani demands Wayland Yutani's property back. He cuts her off, claiming thousands died and he is keeping the vessel and everything inside. He even accuses her of a cover-up, while she tries to smooth things over by offering $10 billion more for the cargo. But Boy Cavalier pushes harder, securing $20 billion and still refusing to return her specimens, insisting they need 6 weeks of quarantine, time he will use for his own twisted plans. Yutani, who doesn't want that, then pushes the price to $50 billion in order to receive or research immediately, but yet again Boy Cavalier insists on what he had said earlier, still claiming it won't be safe for the planet if he doesn't make his research and understand this creature well. However, once the given time which he had promised elapse, he will return her specimens. Humiliated, Yutani simmers while Morrow whispers his own agenda, which was to grab a xenomorph by the end of the day and destabilize the facility during their exfil. She may be the face of the deal, but it's Morrow steering the ship. While Morrow was on his way out, Kirsh approached him inside the elevator, and the two exchanged some pretty good conversation about Morrow using one of the kids for his mission. On the other hand, Dame Sylvia restores Nibs, erasing all memory of the crash, which was eventually successful. When Wendy visits, Nibs is lost and terrified, unable to understand her friend's questions if she is now feeling better. Fear builds again as she realizes she can't remember a thing. Elsewhere, Morrow is still gnawing at Slightly's mind, pressuring him to offer a human sacrifice to the facehugger. Slightly sets his sights on Joe, planning to lead him to the lab, but Joe gets pulled to patrol instead. Out with the prodigy soldiers, Joe keeps pushing about leaving the island, only to be warned to drop it. As Joe dreams of escape, Wendy goes the other way, bonding even closer with a nearly full-grown xenomorph. So with Kirsh out, Boy Cavalier orders the newly renamed Isaac to feed and water the specimens before moving on to the next experiment. In the lab, the sheep with the alien eye watches silently as the creatures are fed. But when Isaac finds one hatch jammed, his naive, childlike mind leads him to step inside the main chamber in order to feed the xenomorph. Now, with no barrier between him and the winged xenomorphs nesting in the corner, danger is unavoidable. The sheep slams its head against the glass, startling Isaac into shutting the door behind him, locking himself in. In a devastating moment, one of the flying aliens dives onto his arm and spits acid straight onto his face, burning through instantly. Isaac collapses, and the others swoop in, hungrily sucking the fluid from his synthetic skin. Meanwhile, Wendy confronts Dame Sylvia over Nib's erased memory, furious that her friend never had a choice. Dame tries to deflect, pointing out how much time Wendy's been spending inside the secure lab. That only pushes Wendy further. She hates that the aliens are being dissected and experimented on, just like the Lost Boys. To her, they are the same, and if this is what being human means, she doesn't even want to be called a person anymore. She reminds Dame what Kirsh had told her earlier, saying hybrids don't need to feel, only to see the world for what it really is. But Dame pushes back, warning Wendy not to listen to a robot. She insists she wants to help, yet Wendy can't shake the darker thought, which is maybe it is humans who are the real problem. When Dame begged Wendy to help fix her problems, Wendy replied stating what if Dame was the problem. On the other hand, Arthur is packing up his things when Joe comes by, pressing him for the truth about whether Wendy is really safe on the island. Arthur glances at the nearby camera and gives the official answer that she is fine, but when he pulls up a computer screen, he secretly types a hidden message, "Take her and get her out," along with the code for the boat. He then shuts down the hybrid's trackers and kills the monitors, giving Joe a chance at escape. But as soon as Joe leaves, an alert flashes across Arthur's screen, which was something has gone wrong with Isaac in the secure lab. Arthur goes to investigate, only to find Slightly waiting nervously outside the door. Meanwhile, far away, Kirsh sits back and calmly watches the chaos unfold on his monitor. With Morrow threatening his mother, Slightly follows Arthur into the secure lab. They discover Isaac's mutilated body, but while Arthur is distracted, Slightly proceeded to make his move by unlocking the facehugger's enclosure and trapping Arthur inside. When Arthur asked for help in taking Isaac out, Slightly informed him that he has no other choice as Morrow has his family, right before the creature launches itself onto Arthur's face. In seconds, he is down, the parasite latch tight. Slightly drags the unconscious body through an air vent, barely slipping the cover back on as a flying alien swoops toward him, but the damage is done as 2 doors are left wide open. The episode 6 of Alien Earth then came to an end. Kindly subscribe to get updated on the remaining episodes. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.